Hello friends, this is Abby and today I'm setting up my September bullet journal with a Peter Pan / stars in the sky theme. I got a lot of inspiration for Pinterest for these setups and for a lot of my doodles that I did in the month, so please check out Pinterest. The accounts that I got the inspiration from weren't linked on the Pinterest pictures, but please check the Peter Pan bullet journal Pinterest boards out because they are really exciting and gave me a lot of inspiration. On the cover page, I am drawing Big Ben and 2 stars and including a quote from Peter Pan that says, "To live will be an awfully big adventure." For my main page, I am just writing September in this cool font, and I'm drawing a moon with the shadow of Peter Pan standing on it. I absolutely love the way that these 2 pages turned out, and I really enjoyed getting to doodle a little more than I normally do. I got this really cool washi tape from Hobby Lobby, so please check that out if you're interested in getting it. And I filled in the moon with this cool gray Tombow dual brush pen to give it a little bit of color, and I colored the stars in with gold. Next is my calendar spread, where I'm adding some stars and a moon around the outside of where my calendar will be. This is my standard calendar setup, which is 6x6 boxes, and I don't include any of the extra spaces, so I try to make sure that it's always just the days included in the month. In the right-hand side of the spread, I always have a little spot for me to put some tasks. In the bottom corner, I'm outlining this pretty standard silhouette picture of Peter Pan flying with the 3 children. I'm using Crayola Super Tips as my main markers this month because I had 2 that I thought fit perfectly with this theme, and it doesn't have any names for the markers, but it is this kind of grayish blue and a navy. Next is my brain dump page, and for this spread I really just wanted to have a cool image of the moon and the stars hanging from the ceiling around the brain dump. So that's what I did. I just drew a couple little doodles, and then I outlined the entire page in my navy Crayola Super Tips. It's very simple, and it leaves me a ton of space to write down my thoughts and memos for the month. Next is my mood tracker spread, and I'm very excited about this one. I decided to make the entire page filled up with this really cool craft paper or scrapbook paper I got from the craft store, and I think it is going to be a cool, different mood tracker than I've used before. I've been using this gold marker on this paper as well, and I love the way it turns out. At the bottom, it cut off, and I'm sorry that you can't see it, but I'm making my key. So the way this mood tracker works is, depending on how I'm feeling, I will draw a different doodle for that day in this night sky, and I think it'll be really cool at the end. I'll have a night sky full of different constellations and star types based on how I was feeling this month. I'm also trying a new habit tracker. It's the circular tracker where I write my habits in that more open space, and then throughout the month I mark off what habits I've completed each day, and I thought that it just accented the moon theme well, a circular theme, more than my normal habit trackers would. I also haven't been using my habit trackers, so I thought that trying something new might get me more inspired to come back to this page and use it more often. You can see that I am sketching out a drawing of Tinkerbell holding her magic wand over top of the habit tracker. I do look at pictures when I am sketching things out, so on my computer in front of me I have a picture of Tinkerbell, and I'm just sketching the outline of her. I decided to switch to a thicker brush pen to fill in her body so that it didn't take as much time and didn't use up my Sigma Micron pen. Now I'm just using my gold pen to add a couple dots on the page to give it a little more color. Next up is my 1 line a day spread. I haven't done this the past few months, but I am excited to get back into it. This spread, I have a line for each day where I can write down 1 line about what happened that day or how I'm feeling that day, really whatever I want to use this spread for. This right-hand side is my expenses tracker. I've really been using this tracker more than any of my other ones in the past few months to help me keep track of my personal budget and how much I'm spending. So this month I'm cutting out some circles from this paper that I have, and that will signify each week. This is my self-care spread for the month, and I have a cloud in the middle that says, think of the happiest things, it's the same as having wings, which is from a song in Peter Pan called You Can Fly. And I'm going to use this layout throughout the month. Whenever I am struggling with my mental health, I will come fill out some of my favorite things and just spend some time thinking about some of my favorite topics and things in the world. You can see around I have my favorite Disney movies, animals, musicals, rides at Disney, dream vacations, Taylor Swift songs, food, cereals, TV shows, things to do, books. And I think throughout the month, as I'm struggling a little bit, coming back and filling these out periodically will help me focus on some of the things I'm grateful for and some of the beautiful things in our world. I'm switching between a couple markers to fill this spread out, including my 2 Tombow Dual or Tombow Funosuke pens, a brush pen and a calligraphy pen, and my Sigma Micron. My last spread for this month's setup is my first weekly spread, which I got the inspiration for this spread from Pinterest as well. And I'm using this right-hand side as an entirely full page of this scrapbook paper. And I will be setting up two silhouettes. The left-hand side will be a silhouette of Wendy, and then the right-hand side I've sketched out a silhouette of Peter in the bottom right-hand corner. I started out by doing my traditional 12 by 14 daily squares on the left-hand side, and then I'm kind of just going to eyeball it on the right-hand side to make sure that it looks similar and the lines are straight, but I'm not necessarily measuring anything out for the Starry Night side. As you can see, I did my outline of Wendy on the left, and I'm doing my outline of Peter on the right. Something to remember when you are using different pens is that this Jelly Roll gel pen is great, but it does smear. So I don't know if you can tell, but there were points where I put my hand down and it smeared the gel pen because it wasn't ready yet. So just keep that in mind. You might also notice that on the left-hand side, I messed up the dates. I started with a 2 instead of a 3, and that was my mistake. I do go back and fix it. And that is all for my September setup so far. So please enjoy this flip through. This has been one of my favorite spreads to set up, and I love the navy blue theme for September. It's the start of fall, so it feels like navy blue and gold and black and white feel right for this time of year. I really loved setting it up, and I hope you enjoyed planning along with me as I set up this month. That is all for me, and I will see you all next time. Bye, friends.